Justice League is directed by Zack Snyder, written by Terrior and Whedon, and it stars Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, Ray Fisher, Ciáran Hinds, and Henry Cavill. This film brings together Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, Cyborg against Steppenwolf, who has come to Earth to collect the mother boxes. Objects of immense power that were left on Earth thousands of years ago with the Amazonians, the Atlanteans, and the humans. And now Steppenwolf threatens to bring them together to end all life on Earth. This film had a very troubled production, and so exceptionally today I'm going to start with the bad things first. This film feels extremely rushed throughout. You can see that they cut a lot of things out just to keep that 2-hour mark. And that's 2 hours including credits. The first act of the film is extremely clunky, with presenting its characters just with the barely need to know information. Besides Batman and Wonder Woman and the guy in red and blue, you get the bare minimum of character development to Aquaman, Cyborg, and the Flash. Flash does have his charm, and we'll get to him. Aquaman has a few scenes here and there that explain a little bit about him, but Cyborg especially is just an exposition machine. He's the guy that interacts with stuff in the film, and he is the one who provides information for the rest of the team because he's immediately directly connected with the mother boxes and the whole mythology behind them. Steppenwolf as a villain, he's just not the worst villain in the DCEU because Enchantress exists. He's also, for instance, not as bad as Malekith. While he mostly just talks about the stuff he's going to do and what that stuff is going to ensue, he actually does stuff himself when it comes to fighting the heroes. In extremely fun action sequences, he does put his own hands to work. But as a character, he is as thin as they come. Also, the CGI in the film goes from brilliant to completely unfinished, just as good or as bad as it looked in the first trailers. Cyborg especially, again, is the one that keeps this inconsistency throughout the film, and the most noticeable one. Henry Cavill also, there are 2 scenes in this film where you notice the upper lip CGI removal of the mustache, and those are very minimal scenes. In fact, one of them is not technically in the film. And now, yes, let's get to the good, because there's a lot of good. Batman and Wonder Woman are the shining stars of this film. They are the characters that get the most development, they are the characters that get to shine the most in the spotlight, and they are the ones that you feel a real bond with and between them. They have a couple of great scenes together, and one of them might have a meta commentary on what is going on with the DCEU, with the actors in the DCEU, but they really are the ones who bring the emotional weight to the film. Their mission, their resolve, their motivation, they are the ones that bring you into this film emotionally, and they are the ones that bring the other characters into the mission. And Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot in these roles are the best they have been so far. Batman has this really desperate sense to him, but he's also hopeful due to the sacrifice of Superman in Batman v Superman. And while it might be unfair to say that Wonder Woman is better here than she was in her own film, it does continue her character's arc through everything we've seen in that film, and even some of the stuff that we saw in that film is brought back to her character and to give more weight to her. Ezra Miller as the Flash, I really liked him. He has a lot of charm, and he brings forth that innocence that comes with the kid in the group. Imagine the best written children characters by Spielberg, and imagine them as a superhero. That's when you get the Flash. He's pretty funny, but he brings a lot of innocence, a necessary innocence that you get with this character. Jason Momoa is as badass as they come. He's awesome in every scene that he's in. Whether he's trying to be funny, whether he's being a badass in battle, he shines whenever he gets to shine in this film. Cyborg is the most thin character, unfortunately, and it's not like Flash or Aquaman are very layered themselves, but they have something in those performers, the actors, that make them unique. And Ray Fisher, it's not that he is a bad actor, I just don't think he was given the opportunity in the script. This film has phenomenal acting action set pieces and gorgeous cinematography. The use of color is beautiful, the use of the camera is beautiful, swooping through the sets and the characters and not just lingering on a single shot. And Aquaman does get my favorite action set piece in this film, where it's all underwater and it just gets me giddy thinking about what we will see in the whole of the Aquaman solo film next year. And the film does know how to provide exposition at points, which only makes the bad portions of exposition stand out even more. That is a gigantic battle sequence that you get a glimpse of in the trailer with the Amazonians and the Atlanteans and the humans versus Steppenwolf's Parademon army, and someone else involved that people will giddy about. The film does take its liberties with how it tells its story, because it leaves a lot of holes for people who do know these characters, who do know this mythology, because it's barely understandable and explained in the film. Again, you get to know the bare minimum, but these characters work. It's the dynamic of the group that works. When the Justice League comes together, you understand why they come together. Their motivations and what drives them to go into this mission is addressed in this film. The film is even a little bit self-aware of itself, because it understands the differences of power between all these characters, and it does address it at times in a very funny manner. Now let's talk about Superman a little bit. I'm not going to spoil anything, not even going to put any pictures here or clips right now. It's brilliant. The scene when Superman returns however he returns is fucking brilliant. I love it. And this is the Superman that people have complained that they haven't seen before. This is a Superman that people wanted to see in Man of Steel, even though the whole point of that film was that he wasn't Superman. People are going to be really happy with this guy. There are flaws with the film for sure, but when it comes to the stuff that weighs the most, Justice League does a very good job at it, in bringing the team together, in explaining why the team is together. I love the dynamics between the team. I love the dynamics that we get with the little double teams that we get in this film. There are a lot of Easter eggs in this film that will just leave a smile on comic book fans' faces. And people who don't understand the references will surely get a smile as well, because of the consistent tone that this film has throughout. The film has this sense of adventure and excitement, and that you should feel that excitement watching these superheroes come to life. Despite all its troubled production, Justice League is a film that keeps stumbling throughout, but it never actually falls, and that is extremely commendable. With great use and understand of its characters, great action, great references, and two excellent post-credit scene, Justice League is overall a triumph for the DCEU. It is a good movie that leaves many hopes for the future, and it is a martini. It is a good time, anytime. What did you think of Justice League, my beautiful geekies? Tomorrow I'll have a spoilers review for us to discuss it in full. I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know who is your favorite hero, and tomorrow come back for the spoilers review. So until then, you stay beautiful, you stay geeky, and if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button and the bell so we can be geeky united!